810, turn left heading 340.
340, reading at mark 810.
Overseas Auto Body, 7638 129th A Street, Surrey. Phone number 604-594-9707. Overseas Auto Body.
Close Look is sponsored by Bombay Restaurant and Lounge. For reservations, call 604-502-7080. That's 604-502-7080.
Your work always tells a story. Let's have a close look.
Hey everyone, we have the fantastic pleasure today of talking to someone from the Canadian Forces, Manmohan. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. First of all, thank you so much for letting us speak with you today.
Yeah, it's been a busy day of basically demonstrating weapons and things like that for people. So, no worries. It's almost the end of the day.
So what is your title in the Forces?
I'm a second lieutenant in the Forces right now. I should be, I will be getting my promotion this fall because I just came back from New Brunswick doing some training out there.
And when you were like a little boy, did you always want to go into the Forces?
No, I didn't. When it was actually something that I signed up for when I was in my undergrad 10 years ago. And I left the Forces for a little while. It was something that I didn't want to regret not doing it when I got older. And then I left to take my master's down in the States. And after my first son, Liam, was born, 3 years ago, I signed up again. I had to go back. Yeah.
So what were you doing in your undergrad and what made you want to sign up?
In my undergrad, I did criminology at the University of Windsor. And, basically it was, I just didn't want to get to 50 years old and regret not trying something. And it was the best thing that I've ever done with my life because how it changed me over the last 10 years, it's been insane. Even in the civilian world with... Love it. Even in the civilian world with all of my employment, things like that I've done over there, it's helped me in every aspect of it with leadership that I've had to develop, and it helps on both sides. So then I did my master's in forensic science, and then my wife and I moved out to BC, and I joined up with the Forces again after Liam was born. because I had to. I needed to do something that was a little more to create the world that they want or they need. Yeah.
So how far have you been deported?
Deported. Deployed?
Yes.
I just actually finished my my phase 3 of training right now, so now I am deployable. So it's I have not gone overseas yet. So I mean, basically, I travel around the country and do training there, but I haven't been overseas on deployment yet. Yeah.
So you definitely serve our country, and we're all very appreciative for that. But I mean, you have your own family. So, do you worry about going overseas?
As far as going overseas, no, not at all. My wife, she was in the Navy, so she's very supportive of things like that, and she understands. You know, I'm going to be going over when he is old enough to understand why Dad's leaving. I'd say in a couple of years, but it's something that I have to do. I mean, the role of the reserves is domestic operations, but we supplement with the regular force, and we go overseas to help them and support them in any capacity that they need. So it's. I mean, really, we're here for for domestic ops. If they happen, you know, anything, the floods, the fires, anything like that, they will call on the reserves to do it, and that's, you know, protecting Canadians, and it's more about that right now. And then when we go overseas, then it's you know, deployments happen, and yeah.
So if little Liam here grows up and, you know, wants to be in the army, would you encourage that?
Yes, I would. I actually would prefer him to go. My wife and I have already talked about it. He wants to. We're going to get him to do the cadets because I think it's a great system for discipline, as well as, you know, doing neat things. He would most likely go, to be honest, Air Cadets, because you know, you get your ticket for flight through the Air Cadets. But you know, I would support anything because it has changed me in so many ways for the positive. So yeah.
No, that's really great to hear, and I'm sure we have a lot of youth that may want to go into the forces. Do you have any words of wisdom for them, maybe?
Wow. Don't regret something when you get older. Just do it. If you're going to do it, I mean, the worst that could happen is you say, hey, this isn't for me. I mean, really, when it comes to the Army, it's not for everybody, and usually you have to be in for about 6 months to a year before you realize, yes, this is for me, or no, it's not, because nobody enjoys basic training. I mean, if you do, you probably have something wrong with you. Just being honest. It is not easy, and it pushes your body beyond its limits and your mind beyond its limits, and that is truly something that we don't learn in the civilian world. We don't know how to push ourselves beyond that unless we've gone through some sort of terrible situation. But you know, they do it regularly in the forces because it teaches you that it's all about pushing your mind beyond what you think it's capable of. So yeah, for sure, join up. Yeah.
And it definitely seems like you really enjoy what you do, which is always a good thing. But was there a certain moment when you realized that, oh my God, I was meant to do this, or have all the moments been like that?
Well, I mean, as far as being meant to do it, it's kind of funny. Yesterday morning, when I put on my my uniform, I came downstairs and I said to my wife that it just feels right to put this uniform on. It's something bigger than what most, if not all, civilian employments can give you. You know, that, yeah, for sure. That feeling of honor, you can't find it as often in the civilian world. I mean, with the police force, yes, you definitely can. With the fire department, I'm certain you can, but it's hard to find. Love those. It's hard to find it in the civilian world. So I know that it is definitely something that I will never leave. It is too important to me now, and my troops they're number one, you know, and that's what we're here for, to try to make their lives easier. Yeah.
Well, thanks for all the inspirational words, and thank you so much for talking to us today.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks. No worries.
Hi, this is Douglas College, and you're watching Close Look.
Hey everyone, I have the pleasure of speaking with pilot Niels Olsen. How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
First of all, thank you so much for talking to us because I'm sure you were busy today out there.
I'm always busy.
So maybe introduce your title to us, or what exactly do you do?
Yeah, my name is Second Lieutenant Niels Olsen. I'm a pilot in training for the Canadian Air Force, and I've been selected helicopters. I'll be flying helicopters next month, and from there, we'll see what happens.
So how long have you been a pilot for, or pilot in training?
I joined the Air Force in December 2006.
And did you always want to be a pilot when you were younger, or?
I think it's always something I've always been interested in, that's for sure. I came here to the Abbotsford Air Show growing up, and it's always fascinated me, and I just kind of fell into it.
So when you first went to school, is this what you pursued, or?
No, not at all. I was taking general studies at University of Fraser Valley, and just kind of fell into the pilot program from there.
Do you have any family members or close friends who kind of influenced your decision?
Nope, it was just on a whim.
So what kind of plane do you fly?
I just finished on the Grove 128. It's a German trainer. And I did about 150 hours flight time on that. And just graduated last month, and I'll be starting, like I said, the helicopters next.
So do you do like a whole bunch of cool tricks and stuff?
Yes, lots of cool tricks, lots of loops, rolls, cloverleaf, hammerheads, all that fun stuff. Yeah, night flying.
It's like an art in itself, because learning how to fly a plane takes years of practice, and then doing all these flips and stuff with it. I mean, how do you stay so coordinated?
Practice. A lot of it is just natural ability. Some guys got it, some guys don't. But a lot of practice, energy management of the aircraft and the engine, and yeah, practice, practice, practice.
Do you ever get nervous?
No. Not really.
I guess you can. I guess you have to always have steady hands if you're flying a plane, right?
Yeah, well, the military training especially, they put a lot of stress on you, so if you're nervous a lot, it's gonna impede you. So the best thing to do is just relax, just like anything else, and the calmer you are, the better you're gonna do.
So you said you're training in the military, but a show like today, I mean, I guess they're doing all sorts of tricks and stuff, so like how do you balance, being so stern and then, doing all these cool tricks, or is it kind of one and the same?
They're kind of one and the same. I mean, the tricks are fun and everything, but it's pretty serious business, especially with what the snowbirds are doing in formation. You can't get too nervous, because if you collide with another aircraft, you're endangering 2 lives, right? So it's serious business, but you got to have fun with it, and the more you practice, the better you get, the more fun you can have.
And I'm sure we have a lot of young viewers who maybe want to pursue piloting. Do you have any words of wisdom for them?
Yes. Do well in school, because you need good marks. University degree, learn a second language, and volunteer, play sports, and do any leadership exercises that you can, such as captaining your hockey team or your basketball team or whatnot, and really pursue to be the best citizen you can be, and that'll really strengthen your application. Also, private lessons help as well.
So you were saying earlier that it's important to have good leadership qualities. When you were growing up, did you look up to any other sort of leaders?
Oh yeah, for sure. I had lots of leaders. My big brother was a big role model. And as well through the community, I'm friends with a lot of police officers. They really helped me out. And just recently, General Rick Hillier, our old Chief of Defense Staff, he wrote a book, and it's a great book on leadership and his experience in the Canadian Forces.
So, I mean, if somebody was looking for somebody that they could talk to about pursuing something like this, do you know anyone they could talk to? Could they talk to you?
They could talk to me, yeah. Anybody in uniform, don't feel intimidated. Come up, approach us. We're all here, we're all Canadian, and we'd love to answer any questions that you have.
That's great. Well, thank you so much for taking up the time and speaking with us today.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you.